Hey, my friends, how you doing? This is Rich from Man Up for God. Whoo! Nice to see you guys again. Was that a good video? I like it, man. I like it. I was just thinking about that video, being Christ-centered. How are we so Christ-centered? I know I never was. I thought I was. I thought I was Christ-centered, but I wasn't. It wasn't until 2013 when I started reading this word for myself that I started seeing how far away I was from being Christ-centered, how far away I was from doing what I am called to do, And it had me thinking, man, Christ-centered, man. Are we all Christ-centered? Do you think you're Christ-centered? Do you have Him in everything you do? Do you plug Him in when you're cooking, cleaning, taking care of kids, working? How about I like motorcycles, so I go on motorcycle runs. Is He on the run with you? Are you Christ-centered? I've been reading in Luke, and I was looking at this parable of the sower, and I was like, reading through this, and I was listening to a pastor. His name's Pastor Francis Chan, and he broke that down he broke it down. It was good. So I want to read this to you, the parable of the sower. But a lot of people are like, well, that's when you the word is the seed, and you sow it into other people. I want you to look at it a different way. I want you to look at it as Christ-centered. Because this whole book is Christ-centered, but just this part here. Check this out. It's going to be Luke 8, verse 4. And it goes like this, the parable of the sower. And when a great multitude had gathered, and they had come to him from every city, he spoke by a parable. A sower went out to sow his seed, and he sowed some that fell by the wayside, and it was trampled down, and the birds of the air devoured it. Some fell on rock, and soon as it sprang up, it withered away because it lacked moisture. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprang up, and it choked it. But others fell on good ground, sprang up, and yielded a crop 100-fold. When he said these things, he cried, "He who has ears to hear, let him hear." Now, it goes to verse 9. Then his disciples asked him, saying, "What does that parable mean?" Now, I want to stop right there. Now, of course, most of us have heard the parable of the sower. But I want you to look at this when you read this. The parable is powerful, but I want you to see the people. Are they Christ-centered? Check this out. And when a great multitude, now you got to understand, we're going way back, whatever, 100 BC or AC, whatever. We're going way back. So you got to understand, a great multitude is a lot of people, and they gathered, and they came to him from every city. Do you understand that everywhere they had to go, they had to walk, or they had to take a donkey? It wasn't easy for them to get to where Jesus was. They heard about him. They knew he did miracles. They knew he cured the sick. He made the blind see. He made the lame walk. So they knew about him. They're like, yo, we gotta go check this guy Jesus out, man. He's doing all these things. So it had me wondering, man. They're all coming from all these cities. They take days to get to where Jesus is at, right? And as soon as they get there, Jesus sees the multitude gathering up, right? He says right here, man, and he spoke to them in a parable, right? So when he sees this crowd, he starts speaking to them in the parable, and he basically says, listen, a sower went out and sowed seed, and some fell by the wayside and was trampled, and then the birds devoured it. And some fell on some rocks, it sprang up, and the moisture, and it lacked moisture, and it withered and died. And some fell in thorns, and the thorns sprang up and it choked it out. And some fell on some good land, and it sprouted up, and 100-fold you get out of it. Whoever has ears to hear, let him hear. And he walked away. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine walking all that way, days to get there, and you hear, well, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, oh well. And you walk away. Right? I mean, the multitude were probably like, well, what does that mean? Or whatever. But this is the point. Right? Then his disciples asked him, saying, what does that mean? Think about it. You have a multitude of people, but the only ones that came to him was his disciples. Why? Why only the disciples? Why not the multitude? Why didn't everyone or other people come and ask, what are you talking about? I don't get that. How many times do we come to church, right? And the pastor is preaching, and he preaches a word that maybe you don't understand, or maybe you didn't comprehend. How many times have you gone home and looked at the word yourself to find out, God, what did you mean by that? What did I hear today? Or go to the pastor. Pastor, I like that what you said, but I didn't understand it. Is your heart Christ-centered, that when you don't understand something, you go search for it? When you don't get something, you say, I need to know what that is, because I know if you said it, if your word said it, I know there's truth in it. I know that it's gonna affect my life in a great way. I need to know what it means. But no, the multitude just went away. They probably went away like a lot of people do from church. That pastor don't know what he's talking about. Oh, you know what? Why is he in my business? Or, I don't know. It could be a number of reasons why someone would walk away. Then I hear, I read stuff in the Bible that, the way to Jesus or the way is narrow. Not many find it. Are they Christ-centered? Do you have Christ in your heart and in your life and in every aspect of your life? That you have to have him there. And if you don't understand him, you're like, what does that mean? Or you search him because you need to get that revelation. That what you have just read or what you have just heard, what you're doing. There's a lot of people that go to church just to go, just to hear the preacher preach or hear the band. These people came from all over to hear Jesus preach. And when they didn't understand him, they just walked away. But the 12, it says, then his disciples asked him, saying, what does the parable mean? And he said to them this, to you it has been given to know the mysteries of the kingdom of God, but to the rest it was given in parables, that seeing they will not see, and hearing they will not hear. Did you get that? Did Jesus just say that he confused them? Why would he confuse them? I mean, it says it right here, that seeing they may not see, and hearing they may not understand. So they were confused. Why? What's your heart like? I mean, I read here before in Matthew's, when Jesus looks at the multitude, he looks at their hearts. My thing is, if you're sowing seed into stony ground, you sow seed to stone. Imagine sowing seed and you put it on cement. Are you going to sit there and keep watering it? Are you going to sit there and take care of it and watch over it? if you already know it's not gonna grow? If you go over to like the bushes and the thorns and you put seed there, and you sowed seed there, are you gonna just take care of, okay, make sure it's alright, just water it, make sure the sun is just right, knowing darn well once it springs up, the thorns are gonna just crush it and smother it, and it's not gonna be worth anything? The seed's not gonna do anything? Or are you that good seed, that good soil? Are you that soil that when you hear the word, you want to know more? You know that word means something. You know that word is life to you. Yeah, that's the one that Jesus wants to soil. That's the one he wants to take care of. That good soil. Too many people have been going to church and coming to church thinking, not Christ-centered, not thinking, but being not Christ-centered. Coming to church just to come to church. You know, the pastor has such an enormous job to preach this gospel, to preach the uncompromised word of God. And then other people are just on him. Oh, why is this there? Why is that not, right? Oh, this person needs help and you're not helping that person. Listen, let me tell you something. The pastor's job is to put out seed. Put out seed, but not everywhere the seed goes is good ground. And that has a lot to do with that person's heart. Where's the heart? Is it Christ-centered? Is it centered to receive the seed? Is it centered to receive his blessing? Is it? Or are you just there just because you want to be called a Christian? Or are you just there buying time? I don't know. The parable of the sower, man. Awesome stuff, man. I'm still stuck on it, reading it. But you know what? Read it for yourself. Ask God, reveal something for yourself. There's going to come a day, man, where God, it says here, the day will come when God's wisdom will become evident to all. The truth that seemed secret and hidden in Jesus' parables eventually will be transparent to every single one. It's going to be awesome. Listen, man, I'm on a ride, and I love it. So I want you to join with me, man. Are you Christ-centered? Do you keep him first in everything you do? Don't push him aside, even the smallest things you do. Do it unto the Lord and not unto men. Colossians 3:23. The word that Man Up stands on. Everything. Not some things, but everything. Well, that's my time right now. I got my timer here. I'm not going to go past it this time. And I love you guys, man. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Thank you for all the thank yous and the encouragement. Listen, man, I'm not Man Up. Man Up is you. Man Up is you.